So I'm just looking now at like a breakdown of UK government spending, and I just like look at this like public sector spending in years 2022 to 23. At the bottom, we've got a big, and it's about we spend about £1 trillion a year in public spending in the UK, or we have in this year. So at the bottom, we have 167.9 billion big grey block health and social care. Fuck my life. Privatise and subsidise the NHS. It's just always like worm like squealing for money. Like fucking disgusting pig like institution, but it is, that doesn't serve the public, is a disgusting crap healthcare service by the standards of developed Western nations, and in my case at least, I expect in many others, is routinely been committing human rights violations. So next to 77 billion education. Fair enough. I'd probably increase that if anything. Like, why does the NHS get almost twice that? As health and social care, like, defence, pretty modest actually, 32.4 billion, and that I expect is just almost all of it will be nuclear subs, or a huge amount of it will be, or loads of it will be in aircraft carriers and stuff like that, planes. Other public services, like what other public services? 129.7 billion. Investment. What is that? What is investment? 56.4 billion. State pensions, 110.6 billion. Universal credit, 71.3 billion. Other welfare, 83.0 billion. Other spending, 290 billion. Like, what do you mean other spending? What other spending? Obviously, like a concise breakdown of the NHS budget. What other spending? Like, I suppose it might be all sorts of things. It might be like Arts Council funding. Like, goes like we need a space program. If we didn't have the NHS, we'd have a space program. Like, what, 167 billion pounds. So a Saturn V costs 50 billion US dollars. But it was built in the 60s, so why would it cost that much now? Saturn V costs. Right. It was flown from 1967 to 1973. It was used for 9 crewed flights to the moon and to launch Skylab, the first American space station. $185 million in 1969. What? That's $1.23 billion? The project cost was $6.4 billion. No. I remember it was 50 billion. I swear I saw. Like, oh, okay. Oh, it's, yeah, in today's dollars it is. Okay. Yeah, 6.4 billion. Yeah, okay. Right. Okay, so it's 50 billion, but that's the project cost. The launch cost, yeah, is actually $1.23 billion. So they spent all that money in 1969 to develop the Saturn V, but its actual cost per launch is not at all expensive. Like the cost per launch, like to build the rocket, because a Saturn V like mostly burns up in the atmosphere, so you need a new rocket each time. So yeah, like the $50 billion that's gone into developing the science and engineering that led to that being possible, but we haven't replicated it. Like SLS, Space Launch System. Come on. I'm just quickly going to digress on this because this is really annoying me at the moment. Cost per year, 2.5 billion US dollars. Cost per launch, 2 billion US dollars. It's more expensive to launch it and it's not as good as the Saturn V. This is bullshit. This is such bullshit. Why won't the world stop with its bullshit? This is grotesque. Like, why are you doing this? It's perverse. Like, privatise and subsidise the NHS. Do it now. Like, yeah, just give free healthcare, or more or less free healthcare to poor people. Like the lowest 20% of earners, like we do in France. Everyone else had to pay for it. If you're earning above that, guess what? You fall into the happy category. People have to take fucking care of themselves. Yeah. Yeah, don't fucking smoke and drink less and yeah, move around a bit more and exercise. Because, you know, you don't want a doctor's bill that's going to be based on your income. I bet France doesn't spend anywhere near 167 billion pounds, by the way, on exchange rate. And we can't launch a rocket, really? French healthcare spending. I'm just going to polish this off quickly. Holy shit, they spent 266 billion euros on it. What was it subsidised now to do? Oh, God. What like French public spending is like. How does that break down? 53.32% of GDP from. We can still build fucking rockets here, though. Oh, we have the largest government. Well, we just need to tax the rich more and spend it, then, don't we? Corporation tax, doesn't provide much. Like, loads of it comes from income tax. Most of it does. We're not taxing corporations enough. You need to get rid of all their money into various things before the end of the tax year. So have a tax as you go system. Get rid of this antiquated system whereby you can submit your annual returns. Tax them by the month. Corporation tax. That's